A bar in Sunnyvale, California. Andy Capp's Tavern, sometime in late August 1972. A wooden cabinet sits in the corner with two small black and white television screens built into the front. 2 dials, a coin slot, a simple game, 2 paddles, 1 ball. First to 11 points wins. 2 days after it's installed, the bar owner calls the number on the machine. Something's wrong with it. It stopped working. An engineer drives over to fix it. He opens the front panel. The machine isn't broken. It's full. Stuffed so completely with quarters that the coin mechanism can no longer physically move. That machine was called Pong. The engineer's name was Al Alcorn, and the company that built it, founded just 2 months earlier with $500 and no products, was about to become the fastest growing company in the history of American business. Act 1. The game before the game. To understand Atari, you have to go back further than Pong, to a university computer lab in 1966. A young student named Nolan Bushnell saw a game called Space War running on a university computer. 2 spaceships, a central gravity well, simple vector graphics. He was transfixed. Bushnell had an unusual background for an engineer. He'd spent his college years working the arcade floor at Lagoon, an amusement park in Utah, running game booths and watching people pay again and again for a few seconds of fun. He understood something most engineers of the era didn't. The technology was interesting, but the business was about quarters. Lots of them, dropped one at a time, by people who wanted to play just one more game. By 1971, Bushnell and a colleague named Ted Dabney had built Computer Space, essentially an arcade version of Space War manufactured by a company called Nutting Associates. Computer Space did not sell well. Its controls were too complicated, its rules too obscure for a casual bar patron with a quarter in hand. But it taught Bushnell something valuable. The idea could work. The execution needed to be simpler. Act 2. The Founding. In June 1972, Bushnell and Dabney founded a new company. They wanted to call it Syzygy, an astronomical term, but discovered the name was already taken in California. Bushnell, a fan of the board game Go, picked a different word, Atari, a term used in Go to describe a stone or group of stones about to be captured. A warning, your position is about to be taken. Atari was incorporated on June 27, 1972, with roughly $500 in startup capital. That same spring, Bushnell had attended a demonstration of a new device by Magnavox, a home console called the Odyssey, which included simple tennis game played with 2 paddles and a ball. Bushnell later said he had found the technology unimpressive, but the idea stuck. Bushnell hired a young engineer named Al Alcorn, fresh off a stint at Ampex, where Bushnell and Dabney had also worked. He gave Alcorn an assignment framed as a training exercise: build a simple ping pong game on the pretense that it was for a contract with General Electric. There was no contract with General Electric. Bushnell wanted Alcorn motivated, and a famous client name seemed like the way to do it. Alcorn, 24 years old, and taking the assignment at face value, built it anyway, and he built it well. Act 3. Pong. The game Alcorn built was called Pong. 2 paddles, 1 ball, a screen that kept score automatically, something the Magnavox Odyssey couldn't do. Bushnell and Dabney were impressed enough that they reconsidered their plan. Originally, they intended to license the game to a pinball manufacturer, Bally. Instead, they decided to build and sell it themselves. The first prototype went into Andy Capp's Tavern in Sunnyvale for field testing in late August of 1972. 2 days later, it broke. Not from a malfunction, from success. The coin box was completely full. Pong launched commercially in November 1972. Atari sold roughly 35,000 units over the game's run, generating over $40 million from a single arcade title. For a company that had existed for less than 6 months and started with $500, this was not a successful product launch. This was the birth of an industry. Act 4, the home version and the Warner deal. Bushnell's bigger vision had always been the living room, getting Pong, or something like it, into homes rather than just arcades and bars. But there was a problem. Atari had attended that Magnavox Odyssey demonstration in 1972, and the Odyssey included a paddle and ball tennis game eerily similar to Pong. Magnavox's lawyers noticed the resemblance and filed a patent infringement lawsuit against Atari and several other manufacturers. Atari and Magnavox eventually reached a settlement, with Magnavox receiving a portion of Atari's profits through 1976, and Atari deliberately delaying its home Pong console until 1975 to manage the financial impact of that arrangement. By 1975, Atari had a home version of Pong ready, and convinced Sears to sell it. It became one of the hottest items of the 1975 holiday season. But building consoles and arcade cabinets at scale requires serious capital. Capital Atari, still a young company on shaky financial footing, didn't have. In 1976, Bushnell sold Atari to Warner Communications for approximately $28 million. Bushnell stayed on as president. Warner provided the financial backing Atari needed to build its next, far more ambitious project, a home console that could play more than one game, cartridges, swappable software. That console would be called the Atari Video Computer System, and later the Atari 2600. Within years of that $500 founding, Atari would become, by some measures, the fastest growing company in American history. The 2600 alone would eventually sell over 10 million units, but the Warner acquisition planted a seed that would eventually tear the company apart. A creative, freewheeling startup culture, the kind of place where engineers wore t-shirts and worked whatever hours they wanted, was about to collide with a media conglomerate that wanted dress codes, punch clocks, and predictable quarterly earnings. Bushnell wouldn't survive that collision. Neither would the Atari that built Pong.